Hi guys, Darren from Pender Fluid Art.
With Bubbles.
Can't forget Bubbles.
I won't let you.
No doubt. Okay. Number 5.
It is number 5.
Swipe week.
It is.
So, what we're going to do is do some scoop and drags, because they're fun.
Absolutely.
8-inch MDF round. I'm going to put some pillow paint down, which is British Paints Low Sheen interior wall paint here in Australia. If you're overseas, you can use Glidden Premium or something like that. Alright, going to put a fair bit down because we're going to scoop underneath the colours and drag them out. So
what would happen for people that haven't done a lot of these, dear, that if they spun the pillow out, what would be the negatives to it?
Okay, so if you spin the pillow paint right out,
yep,
it makes it harder for you to get your little scooper tool in underneath the colours to drag them out.
And you'd obviously just be hitting the bottom of
yeah, all you're going to do is hit the board and leave a vacant gap where you've dragged all the colour out of it.
Just good for people to know, that's all.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll start putting some colours down. And I'm just going to pick randoms and lay them down all over the joint. And this one will have a fair bit of negative space, hopefully.
So it's really up to you what composition you're going for with these, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty colour, that one.
Wisteria.
It's really nice.
It is a nice colour. So what I'm going to do is just lay colours down on the bottom half of this. Do a swipe so I can drag them up. There's another blue. I think that's Skyline blue.
So I think another good thing to think about too when you're laying your colours down right now, having in mind what colour CA you're actually going to be using.
Yeah.
So if you were going to be using black, you'd probably stick to a lighter colour as your last few colours you lay down.
Yeah.
Just so your black CA does stand out.
So we've got a lighter blue.
But then it can depend too, because if you use all light colours and swipe with a white, you could be going for a pastel effect as well.
Yeah, well, exactly. There's all sorts of crazy things you can come up with just by chopping and changing the layering of your colours. So up here, I'm going to put some magenta.
I think that's one thing that's just always in my mind when I am laying colour down, because I usually know what CA I'm going to use. So I try and be mindful as I'm laying colours, what's going to make that CA stand out the most.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to lay some orange. Well, Firebird red, I think it is. Just there.
It's more like an orange, isn't it?
Yeah. It definitely does.
Not a very dominant red.
No. And a yellow.
Still a pretty colour, just yet.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I think it's got the wrong name.
Yeah. Alright, so that's what we're going to start with. Then, what I'm going to do is grab my little swipe tool, which is this little guy. Probably could go a bigger one over there, but this one will do the job. I'm going to put some cell activator on that. like so. That's Amsterdam Lamp Black mixed with Australian Floetrol, roughly 3 to 1. Right, so I'm just going to swipe that through that bit. You don't have to press down hard, just use the weight of the palette knife to slide across the colours. If you press down hard, you're going to hit the pillow and drag white up into it.
Lose all your beautiful colours.
Yep.
Done that a few times.
Oh, I've done it plenty of times.
You look and go, hang on, didn't I have red in there? Where to go?
Alright, so there's our black. Then what I'm going to do is swap over to white activator. Just put some on there. So now we have our white. Spin this around, and I'm going to go across this colourful section here. Like that. Now we'll give that a little bit of time for that white to do its thing.
Always takes that little bit longer than the black.
Definitely.
First few times you use white, you think, what have I done wrong? But if you just step back for a little bit, give it time, it's coming. Just have to give it a little bit more time.
Now if you've already watched 1 through 4 of the videos, you'll see what angle we swipe on. Instead of being dead flat, we're going to tilt it on a little bit of an angle, like that, and just float it across the paints.
And that way you're not digging into your pillow as you go across.
Exactly. Now, what we're going to do is grab a smaller little knife, which is this little guy. What we're going to do is, we want to slide down into the pillow on a bit of an angle. Go down and just scoop colour. See how I've still got pillow paint there? All we're going to do is tilt that. And drag it out. Then wipe it off. Otherwise, if you don't wipe it off, the colours that are on there are going to mud up with all the other ones.
I've done that too.
I've done it 1,000,001 times.
Right, when you're first learning, you'd be like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Same again. See how I've only got colour? There's still pillow paint there. And just drag it out. Little dabs, and it'll leave little tree lines.
The telegraph pole.
Yup.
Even that in itself though, guys, don't get frustrated at first if you are hitting the pillow when you're scooping your colour, because it all takes practice and time.
Absolutely it does.
Just getting that right angle, and I mean, Wombat's done it quite a few times now, so even I still every now and then go, whoops. It's so easy done. But don't get frustrated at yourself, just keep going.
Exactly. It's all practice. The more you do it, the easier it gets.
It really is.
Alright, so once again, scoop in and under an angle. Notice there's still white pillow paint there. Scoop it up. And then if you want, you can do big zigzags. Entirely up to you. If you want, you can go in front ways. So you're going to slide in. You've got colour. Drag some up. Just tilt it as you go. Like that. You go beside that. Just dig in. Zigzag it across if you like.
And this is where it's all up to your creativity, what you want to do with it.
Exactly. Now this section down the bottom here, if you want, you can drag that up into the other colours. Same thing. Scoop down, grab some colour, And just lift it up and drag it in. That way it blends all your colours as you go. Scoop, drag. Little dabs. You can go in front ways. Scoop in. Try not to hit the pillow.
Sort of getting like a silhouette effect now. That's nice.
Then if you want to get a little bit more tricky, grab yourself your skewer. Same thing down here. Okay, just add some little loops. Drag and lift your skewer as you go. So you're going to be down here, and as you move, lift up. Like that. So sideways, you're going to be going along and then lift. That'll give you these sorts of patterns. So just lift and let it dribble down it. You can cross it so it looks like little flames.
And it's one of the things too to be mindful with these as well, that you do have the floating pillow.
Yes, there is a big floaty pillow, so things are going to move. So what I usually do is I'll go to this stage first, make a few little modifications here and there. Then we'll give that a bit of a spin, nice and slow, so we can see where things are moving to. So we want to start off in the middle of the pillow, middle of the spinner. Just go slow. You'll watch that start spreading out slowly. So now they've all spread and grown. From this point, what I usually do is I'll scrape off all the way around the outside edge. That way I know how much paint is coming off every time I spin it.
It's your gauge.
It's a little gauge of how much I know is left back on that board. So I'm quite happy with the way that looks. If you want to add any more feature bits into it, now's the time to do it when it's not fully spun out, because your colours won't break up as easily. If you fully spin it out, your colours can break when you drag the skewer through it, which you don't really want. It's quite pretty, that.
It's beautiful.
Alright, so now we'll give that a bit more of a spin. Now, if you wanted more of that to move upwards, all you're doing is moving your round that direction, so it's off the center mark, and all the weight of the paint's going to go that way. So you'll end up with more blue and less of what this is. Same goes if you want less blue down here, move it back towards you and spin it, and all the weight of the paint is going to want to move this way, so you'll have less blue and more of this up here. But I'm quite happy with the way that looks, the way it is. So
leave it alone.
Give that a bit more of a spin.
She's beautiful.
A little bit more. Perfect. That's where I want it. So we'll pop that one up. Okie dokie. So we end up with that. I'll do a flyover of that so you can get a nice close-up look at it. But all you're doing is scooping in a little bit. Just get underneath the colour that you've put down. You'll know if you've gone too far because there won't be any pillow paint. It'll be all MDF or canvas that you're looking at. So come up a little bit and only scrap the paint. Drag it out. Scoop. Drag. That's the easiest way to possibly do it. But remember, with a floating pillow, the more pillow paint you've got down, the more it's going to move when you spin it out. So the composition that you've started with will end up something totally different when you do spin it out. So just keep that in mind. Alrighty. Bubbles.
Yeah.
You're up next.
Awesome.
Back in a sec. Okie dokie. Bubbles, your go.
Oh dear. See how we go. I'm promising on these ones.
You haven't done many, have you?
3.
3?
3.
That'll be a good test for you then.
Thanks. Things you do to me.
I know. Chuck you under the bus.
Quite a bit.
So you've got a big floaty pillow on that too, like I did.
Mm-hmm.
So there's heaps on, so that is really going to move when that spins out.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I think. And this is what it is professionally known as winging it.
You're winging it?
As winging it.
Right.
Let's just see how well I watched the teacher.
Fingers crossed.
Also, the problem I have here is in a lot of cases the student can blame the teacher. Not in this one. Because you were quite specific and quite clear.
It does take a lot of practice to be able to get that little scoop tool just underneath the colours rather than digging deep into the pillow and then dragging it through. It really does take a lot of practice. So it really isn't an easy one to do. Be honest, I find these harder than blooms to do.
Well, I can't really say yet because I've only done 3. So once I get up to the same amount of hours I've got in blooms, I'll let you know.
It's even worse when your eyesight's on its way out.
And you're refusing to get your eyes tested.
Yeah.
We won't go there?
No.
Well, it's out there now. Sort of no avoiding it now. Alright. Pretty cool puddle.
It is a pretty cool puddle. That's funky.
I'm digging it.
So with this, a black cell activator will give you cells. A white cell activator will give you lacing.
Now that's the one thing that does seem to confuse a lot of people.
Yes.
It's probably one of the out of like going on average, the most questions I see people ask.
Yeah.
Is the difference between black and white CA and the effects.
Another thing is we don't use silicone in with the paints.
No.
Ever. That's just mixed with the untinted house paint, like you've seen at the very first video of this whole series. I showed how to make the pouring medium up.
See, and that's the thing too, that's just our preference.
Yeah. Adding silicone to house paint really doesn't work well.
And what would be the reason why you say that? So people just get a little bit of understanding. Because obviously, yeah, bim bam, you're getting cells.
Paint and Floetrol that you'd usually mix up as a pouring medium for, say, a Dutch pour, or if you were using paint and water.
Yep.
By adding silicone to it, all you're doing is adding an oil. Oil and water don't mix, so it will give you cells.
You get that reaction.
But they're not defined cells like you get with a swipe.
Yep. So that's just
They're
a good
more-
thing for people to know too,
Yeah.
why you don't use it. It's your preference and you like definition.
I do. Also, it really doesn't mix well with house paint.
No.
And then when it comes time to clear or resin your piece, once it's dry, it's a pain in the butt because all that oil floats to the surface and you've got to clean that off.
Mm-hmm.
So you need dishwashing liquid or baby wipes and things like that to try and get all that oil off the surface before you even try to resin or clear lacquer it.
So I just think it's good for people to know different opinions too, because and facts as well. Because otherwise, you know, you say to someone, no, don't do that. And I know I always want to know why.
Yeah, it just...
It's please explain.
Chemistry.
Sometimes it just helps get your head around things too.
Yeah.
Alright. So going with my slide angle. Now I can see my cells there are getting smaller, so I'm going to stop. And that's the thing, you can see it happening if you're running out of CA power.
Yep.
All your cell structure changes. And if you keep going, you're going to smush it.
Yep. All you're doing is pushing all the colours together with no cell activator and you end up with a little muddy mess.
Or the bubbles term, you're smushing it.
You're smushing it.
Now, because I've got my pool that side, I'm going to go this side this time.
Beautiful.
This bit I've done before.
Yeah, you have done this bit before.
It's the next bit I'm going, ooh, freckle twitching, here we go.
Nah, you'll be
We're
right.
getting close now.
You got this. Like I said, it's all practice. The more you do, the better you get, the easier it is. It's like anything. It's like riding a bike.
It's like when people say, you're good at everything. No. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses.
Absolutely.
Anyone says that they're perfect at everything? No. Alright. I'm going to go for some ghosties up here now. I'm going to walk my spinner to make that easier. Voila!
Very nice.
Thank you. Okay.
You love them ghost cells, don't you?
Rock my world.
That's just where the cell activator's going over the pillow paint.
And I do it on purpose.
Yeah.
because now I can jump colour over them.
Yeah, it gives it like a spider web. Great for Halloween projects.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, everyone. Count to 3, wish bubbles luck. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're going in.
Now, another thing to remember is...
Hey, hang on, say that.
I'm...
You!
Nice job, Bubbles.
Woo, woo!
Another thing to remember is...
Yeah, move along. You teach now. I'm just going to play.
So, there's your little swipe tool. You're going to scoop in, left, and as you move out, if you go really slow and start to tilt, and only move really slow, it won't stretch the cells out as far as if you scoop in, tilt up, and then move quick. It'll stretch the cells right out, like these ones. It can be really, really frustrating when you first give them a go. So keep that in mind.
Then they start to get quite therapeutic. I'm getting into this.
Yeah, once you get the first couple of scoops right, you go, I got this.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then it does get a lot easier from then on.
Yes. My last one was a tragic mess, so I'm pretty stoked right now.
Your last one was a tragic mess, I must say.
Yeah, but you know what?
It was a good learning process.
Turned into a really cool embellishment project, so smile and politely.
Exactly. You know, you give it a chance to live, let it dry, embellish over the top.
Damn straight I did. We wanted no witnessing left of that piece.
Yeah, see how that's got white through it?
It's only because I hit the ghost one. You know?
No.
No.
I can actually see where you've scooped in. That's why you've got this white line through here. It's where you've dug into the pillow, pushed a gap, and as you've moved out, the pillow's moved across.
And hasn't it given it a nice little bit of feature in between?
It does. To be honest, it does. You can do it. Like, if that's the look you're going for, it can give really cool effects by doing it. A lot of the ones I do, I'll do it intentionally.
Yep, well, hang on, you got to stop now and praise me, because look at that one.
That's beautiful.
No white. See, I listened, I learned.
Yeah. Even when I run the skewer through and I'm dragging the colours to different areas, I'll actually put it down onto the board, drag it through the pillow, so the pillow purposely lifts up and creates white lines. It's all up to your imagination, this stuff. Now, being on a big floating pillow, that's really going to move a lot when you spin it out.
I need some little patterns. I think that's going to look cool.
Oh, it's amazing what you can do. You put all sorts of crazy patterns in as they spread out, they just get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Which is pretty cool, right?
Absolutely.
This is really fun. And I think, was it Nikki D who first started playing with these?
Yeah, Nikki. She did some amazing aura swipes, she called them.
Oh, weren't they stunning?
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
And so that's the thing. You see what someone else has done and then
Chop and change.
see where you can take it.
Exactly. You don't need to do exact replicas.
No.
Chop and change. Have a bit of fun with it. But yeah, Nikki D, check her out on YouTube. Amazing artist.
Oh, yeah.
And the aura swipes that she does are absolutely out of this world.
And her embellishments.
Yeah.
To die for. I'm going to leave there, right there.
Yep.
Because I've got a big hubba bubba floating pillow going on there.
That you do.
And that's a lot of paint to move.
It is a lot of paint.
And that is that's Bubbles Centre, but we'll go for more a Wombat Centre. Oh no, we're still not there, are we? There we go. We'll go with that. That's the centre. Well, it's close.
It is pretty close.
Don't look at me like that. It's a Bubbles Centre.
Not that it really matters that much, because the first couple of spins you can see where things start to move, and then you can adjust it on your spinner where you want things to move from then on. So
Fourth go.
that looks
Not too
pretty
bad.
cool for your fourth go. Not a bad job at all, Bubbles.
Why, thank you. And I think with these you can get possibilities look like they're quite endless.
Yeah. There's all sorts of things you can do.
But I think it can come down to that colour palette.
Yes.
That would really make these, I reckon.
Absolutely.
You know what? I didn't even want to touch nothing.
That turned out absolutely brilliant. Nice
Yeah.
job.
I'm just going to round and round and round we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think I'm going to leave her alone. I can see a few pesky bubbles there though.
Yeah, torch the bubbles.
Uh-oh. Whoa. I got quite a few through that time.
Now, see, that's the strand where you hit the pillow.
Yes.
Look at the 3D effect through it.
That's actually pretty cool, isn't
So
it?
that's the thing. If you do hit the pillow and still drag it out, it's all good, because once that's stretched out, it gives crazy 3D type effects.
Real pastel-y sort of.
Yeah.
That's when it can sort of give you that light and dark shade in your composition too.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Definitely cool.
I'm pretty happy with that.
I
And
think
that's the thing, you can
that
play
turned
with
out
your
great.
scoop and drags, get your skewer through them. It's sky's the limit, isn't it?
Yeah, there's so many things you can do, just messing around and then spin it out and see what you've done to it to get them sort of patterns and designs.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You can you don't just have to scoop them and leave them. You can have a play with them again.
Yeah, exactly. You can do whatever you like.
That's really cool. You got to do a close-up on mine now, because I actually did a better one than last time.
You did fantastic. So we'll do a flyover of that one. Get a nice close-up look. But see, this here was a big scoop.
Yeah.
So your paint spun off and you're left with just that big scoop through it. It looks really, really cool and effective.
I'm quite happy with that. I know I can do better now, so that's even cool for next time.
Absolutely. It's somewhere to start and enjoy it.
Each experience is a next a learning you can add to the next piece.
Absolutely.
And that's what's really cool, because I can't wait now to have another play. Alright.
Okie dokie, guys. That is it for us this week. If you haven't seen any of the previous videos that are in this series, there'll be a playlist in the description. Just click on that. And what we've done is we've started with the pouring medium that we use as our very first video. And then we've got all different techniques of swipes each week. So just follow the playlist one after another, and you'll get to see all sorts of crazy swipes.
Give them all a go.
Give them all a crack.
And if you're in our group, Paint Pouring by Venom Fluid Art, stick your pics up for us. Show us what
Absolutely.
you've been doing. We'd love to see. It'd be really cool.
That's exactly right. I'd love to see what you guys are getting up to.
So, done and dusted till next week.
Okie dokie. Thank you so much. We really appreciate all your love and support each week, guys. So, thank you.
Every day.
Till next week, have fun, take care,
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye for now.
Thanks for watching, guys. Have a fantastic day.